Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Bit of difference today, back in the premieres, and for those of you who are new to the channel, therefore don't know what these are, basically whenever I fly in the real world, what I do is I pre-record a flight, upload it as a premiere, and have it run alongside the real flights. That way I can kind of bring guys along with me on my real world trips. So yes, as you can guess, I am going to Glasgow today, departing today Monday, returning tomorrow Tuesday, so short 2-day trip, have a bit of fun to myself, and yeah, see how it goes, I guess. So, Microsoft Flight Sim, A320neo with A320neo, British Airways flights. We'll talk more about that as we make our trip today. So, first things first, let's prepare ourselves the aircraft. The weather's not looking too grand at the moment, so I must admit. Definitely have seen better days, but hey ho, it is what it is. So, set everything up, set the nav lights to on. Oops, before we even do that, I don't have even logged into the tablet yet. We put that all together, go to the company page, hide screen 2 seconds. I know it's not a live stream, I can just edit stuff out, but hey ho, going authentic today. And so, do it all from the live point of view. Perfect, so, back to overhead, make sure all lights are reset. Shows automatic, nav lights on, that's all fine. No smoking on. Seatbelts not yet, wait for the passengers aboard or the fuel to be loaded up first if we do that. And that's the overhead complete. Again, fuel pumps, we do that once the aircraft has fueled up. So we're going to go to the tablet now, going to pull our flights from Simbrief, London Heathrow to Glasgow, not Glasgow Presswick, going to Glasgow International today. We will head over to the dispatch page, head over to the flight plan, and first and first we'll probably do the fuel now. So block fuel required is 5253. So go into the fuel page, 5253, starts that. Head back to the flight plan, and what we need is cost links at 8 and our cruising altitude of 380. Those are important numbers today. So go to flight plan, so go to digitalization, plug in our departure, which is Echo Golf Lima Lima, stroke Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, that goes into that. Return. Our flight number today is BA1476. We will align the IRS, and we will plug our coordinates of 8 and our cruising altitude of 380. Quite a high cruise, I must admit, for a relatively short flights, but fair enough. That's what we've been given. That's what we've been given. Right, zero fuel weight and centre of gravity. We will pull out from the aircraft. Block fuel on board is 5.25. Next page, that's fine. Right, flight plan next. But before we do that, let's start the oh, we've apparently landed already. Fair enough. What happened there? Fair enough. There's a short power cut or something there. No. Okay, well, guess we'll carry on with that. But first things first, let's load passengers, shall we? So, departure London to Glasgow, 1476, 8,000 cruise. Put 1 hour on the clock. 1 hour on the clock exactly. Departure will be approximately 20. Well, departure time, well, flight time is 10:05 today. And so, what time is it now in Sim? I'm probably being really blind, can't see the clock anymore. I'm sure everyone has a clock. I'm just going blind, am I? There you go, 38. So, departure time is in approximately, 40, 25, 26 minutes. Flying an A320 with 100 and, I mean, basing it on when you book a flight, you got all like the seating layout. You can choose your seats and all that. There are about 30 odd people, 30 odd seats left. So 174, 144. We'll put a few more, I guess, from the point of booking. So we'll say 152 people on board. There is Wi-Fi on this aircraft. There's no entertainment. There's no body music. We have got safe briefing for British Airways. Technically, it's the older long haul one, but hey ho, it's British Airways. Do get snack service. We don't get meal service, although snack service. Last time I flew British Airways during COVID was the bag of crisps, crackers, that kind of stuff. So we'll take it as that, and yeah, let's start our flight, shall we? So, passengers start boarding. Departure in approximately 26 minutes. Back to the FMS now. Let's plug in our flight plan. So, not too many waypoints for us to do. Our first waypoint is going to be the ALTIB. From ALTIB we fly the Tango 420 to TNT. Then it's Uniform November 57 to Pole. Uniform November 601 to Rebel. And that's the end of our flight plan there. So, departing, and we've got the ALTIB 1 Kilo and arrival Rebel 1 Golf, but our initial departure was, well, flight plan states going 09 left. Based on the ATIS, so having the ATIS now, we may be departing on the 09 right instead. So having into that, we'll also print out the weather sheets while we're here.
360, visibility 10 kilometers, temperature 14 degrees Celsius. Variable 330 to 040. Broken layer at 700 feet. Altimeter 1012. Dew point 13 degrees Celsius. Overcast layer at 1200 feet. Winds 360.
Yeah, so you can see there, the weather's not particularly great. That right there, by the way... Heathrow Tower's disconnected, fair enough. We had Heathrow Tower online, they just disappeared. But we'll go for the 09 right departure regardless. We'll print out the weather sheet. Did I press print? Yes, I did. Where's our flight plan visual departure? So, departing runway 09 right. And that's via the ALTIB 1 Juliet departure. So, input that. I'll also set that into Unicom then, since I'm going to be using that. So, parking type, or it's gates. 507, taxiways, that in a moment. SID, ALTIB 1 Juliet. And departing 09 right. Perfect, so insert that. Good to go. Also clear out user points, since user points always create problems for us. Insert that. Right, let's greet the passengers, and then let's carry on the rest of our setup process. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to British Airways Flight 1476 from London Heathrow to Glasgow. There'll be slot on me at departures today, and therefore it's a little bit turbulent on the way out, but hopefully, once we are cruising altitude to 38,000 feet today, we should have a nice, smooth flight for you. We thank you for choosing British Airways, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with us today. Any questions, feel free to speak to cabin crew on board. Right, so it's not a generic delay, it's public address, general message, send. In terms of our taxi today, so 09 right, that's runway to our south. Going to push back on taxiway Alpha, and probably just go straight onto November 10 to be fair. Yes, taxiway Alpha, link 53 onto November 10. Alpha, link 53, holding short, November 10. Perfect. So that's Unicom programmed. A little bit bright up on the display. It's not super dark outside, but it's good to have a little bit of brightness just in case we need to refer to any of these. Well, we do need to refer to some of these, but again, just for the sake of visibility. Although I don't think we need any backlighting today. It's bright enough outside just to look through our own eyes. That's fine. So yes, no integrity lights. That's fine. Set that to automatic. Cockpit door will lock. And with the aircraft now fueled up, might as well start the APU. Also kill off the anti-ice. We do not need that just yet. APU loads. Stick the fuel pumps on. Realise I've not actually got the co-pilot mod running yet, so let me quickly get it running. And set the heading, set the altitude, and let the aircraft manage all of that. Next we're going to do is go over to our performance page and set up our takeoff as required. So transition altitude will be 6,000 feet. Flaps 1 for takeoff. Whoops, V speeds as follows: 122, 123, and 127. Flex temp currently at 68. So that's all set. Takeoff sets, transition sets, all looking good. So our FMS setup is now complete. The aircraft has aligned. APU is available, so turn the APU bleed on. Give it a few seconds to power for the systems, or then cut 6 on our power. And let us now get ourselves ready for push and start. Well, just not yet, so a few more passengers boarding. But hopefully, in a couple of moments, we'll be ready to leave the gates. Not super busy at Heathrow today. There's a couple of aircraft looking at the IVAO map right now. Yeah, Speedbird 8-3 Alpha going to Porto somewhere over there. It's an A321. But apart from that, nice and quiet. There you go. British Airways A321 going to Porto. Apart from that, nice and quiet day to day. Not too much going on. As always, using Premium Deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Sim. So we have got the fancy Heathrow scenery. And then we have got UK2000 Glasgow for, well, Glasgow. Have some scenery. We have got a few things to look at today. Right. While we're here, as well have the passenger itinerary. Like I say, I am officially one of the passengers on board this aircraft today, but for the sake of PACX, these will be randomly generated names. Nobody I probably recognise in terms of names. So no famous people, nothing like that. Well, you never know. You never know. Nope. Seems pretty standard to me today, so that's fine. I think we're almost there anyway to boarding as well. 146 people on board. It's not the busiest aircraft in the world. Well, interesting I go to Glasgow this weekend, given that the well, it's not really a weekend anymore, it's Monday, Tuesday. For me, it feels like a weekend because of my shift work and hours. But, yeah, no, it is Monday, it is Tuesday. But on Friday, it's the England-Scotland game on the Euros. Make sure we tune to 122800 for the sake of Unicom communication. Right, so at this point, all we are now waiting for is the passengers to board. Once we've got them all on board, we're going to be able to push back from gate then.
We're ready to go when you are.
There we go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 1476.
So I expect the beacon lights now. Just to alert crew and crews that are in now for engine starts. We'll announce our intention for pushback over on Unicom. We will open up PushbackZoomer. And let's get this thing ready to go, shall we? Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
Here comes the tug. Jet visual move. If I look at the ATIS again, the weather cover goes up to, so yeah, 10 o'clock visibility, 14 centigrades, dew point that, 700 feet, so 700 up to 1200 where the overcast layer sits. It's not super bad, I don't think it'll be super high today. We'll spot blue by the time we get maybe around 15,000 feet. Right, ground from flight deck. Oh, it's not ready yet. Ground from flight deck. Why is that not working today? Ground from flight deck.
Ground here.
There we go.
Yes, everything is ready down here, so release brakes.
So set it to ignition. Release the brakes. Brakes released.
Okay, pushback begins. You may begin starting the engines, Captain.
Engine to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying.
turn facing south.
We'll turn by 90 degrees and bring you on a southern course.
Now going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways
There we go.
aircraft. The captain and the crew are here for your safety. It is important that you pay attention and
Stop
follow
pushback.
instructions carefully. First, check your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Stop pushback.
Metal tag into the
Yes,
buckle, and
I'm
tighten
gonna stop the tractor and wait until the parking brakes are set.
Simply lift up
Brakes
the
set.
buckle and pull
Perfect.
apart.
Pins removed. I'm done. Wish you a nice flight.
When it's on,
Cool. Like I say, always that slight delay with the stop pushback command. Apart from that, everything else is pretty good. So pushback from gates, engine 2 is active, engine 1 starting. Get co-pilot test controls for us. Test controls. Why does that? I'll activate the predictive wind shear. That's set also, that's fine. We will set that to Tara, and we will load the flaps into the number 1 position.
In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you'll be told to take this protective brace position. But when seated facing rearwards in Club World,
Perfect.
you must adopt this position.
Co-pilot test controls, that's all good. Back to the engines page. Just confirm there's no ATC at Heathrow at the moment, so we'll be using Unicom to taxi and depart out. That's fine.
High heel shoes must be taken off.
Once the engine is stabilised, we'll disconnect the we'll turn off the APU even,
Floor level lighting.
activate taxi lights, announce our taxi intentions, and then make our way over to the runway.
There are 2 exits that
Make sure the altitude sets to cruise of 38,000.
cabin section. Your crew will now point out
There
the
we go.
exits nearest to you.
We will turn off the APU.
To open the doors, move the handle in the direction
Taxi lights
where
come on.
opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation.
So announce our taxi intentions over Unicom.
Inflated by pulling this handle. Jump onto the slide and move away from the aircraft.
Parking brake
If the
off.
aircraft has landed on water,
And let's get going.
slides detach to form rafts.
So it's only short taxis today.
Craft, inflate
We're
your
just going to
landing
go
gear
straight,
tag.
and then straight onto the runway. There's no inbound traffic, no aircraft on arrival at the moment, so it should just be a straight on the runway, straight departure out today. You can see the 321 has departed now, just on the top of the ND there, slowly making their way out.
Will be released. Stay in your seat and pull the mask towards you to open your supply. Please note that the bag does not inflate. Place it over your mouth and nose and adjust the band to secure it, then breathe normally. Do make sure your own mask is correctly fitted before helping anyone else. In some areas, you will...
Yeah, I'm not sure yet if the aircraft we fly is an A320neo or an A320ceo. I believe it'll be a CEO based on the fact it's got a 30-seat interior layout, which is more common with Iberia aircraft than a British Airways, but they are interchangeable, both being IAG group aircrafts. So I'm saying there's probably a high chance that I'm going to be on a A320ceo than Neo, but the chance is still there. You look at the route in real life, it does change quite frequently between a Neo and CEO, so ultimately time will tell. By time will tell, I mean I'll have found out about this already because I'm on the aeroplane and you guys are watching the premiere of said flights.
It must be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker.
I do hope the weather improves slightly between now and then, but hey, going to Glasgow, isn't this kind of standard weather? Rain, gloom and doom. Right, spoilers armed. Take on fig test sets. Pre-take checklist is now complete.
Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew.
Right.
Have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Hot shot 09 right. We're a couple moments early, I'd say. Like I say, departure time's at 10:05. Right now, it's let's log in. There you go. 53 past. So it's technically about 10 minutes early right now. Hey ho, not bad timing that. Cabin crew, seats for departure, please. Seats for departure. Right. Landing lights on.
Landing lights on.
The rain has definitely died down a bit. Not as damp outside as it was a couple of moments ago. In fact, the visibility's just increased there. The fog not quite as far going to those trees now. So a good sign of things to come. Good sign that we may get some dry moments in Glasgow, but hey ho, like I say, you're in Scotland. What do you expect? Bright clear sunny day? Not happening. Right. Throttle 40. 1-2 stable. Half to flex. $80 knots. 100 knots. V1 rotates. Positive rates, gear up. Anti-ice on. Get the co-pilot quickly put that system on while we continue our climb. There we go. We will raise the flaps. Autopilot on.
That's affirmative.
Get the aircraft to the flight around to the left. I'm going to reduce our throttle now to climb power. So we'll hold the 250 knots. As we make our way over to Scotland. So in about a 1 hour flight today, not a particularly long one. Hopefully we'll get some opportunity to see scenery on the way out there, but hey ho, we're on our way, and I'm now on the aeroplane for the first time now in, well, I last flew back in October last year, so October, now in June, it's about 9 months since I last flew. While Glasgow isn't maybe my number one place on the it's the place I want to go to, it's not a bad start. It's not a bad start. Somewhere away from home, somewhere I can enjoy myself for a couple of days. I mean, things to do in Glasgow. Well, of course, when I'm going to be there, I'll ride the Cathcart Circle and the new Trains from World 2 release. Also, the Glasgow Metro, which is pretty famous little sort of loop line with tiny little trains. A couple of museums out there, a couple of Tory places. I'll have a good time. I'll have a good time. Send out him to set. Whoops. Push it, not pull it. Sorry, pull it, not push it. Send out him to the sets. Passing through. Oh, just coming up to 7,000 now. See outside getting a little bit brighter, a little bit clearer. Not as bad as it was earlier on takeoff. And from the external point of view, yeah, again, not really much to look at. Well, I'm sure the clouds above the cloud layers will look fantastic. The layering, the bumping, the light effects, especially on a stormy weather like this, overcast clouds. It's going to look good. That it's going to look very, very good indeed. So now flying overhead of Wembley, about to hit Edgware. Look at the map. I have got the flight radar link. There you go, bring the clouds now. I have got the flight radar link posted as well, so landing lights off. So you can track me through that as well. Can I just follow along how close to real life I am with my flight sim trip? Sometimes you get quite close, sometimes it's way off. I think when I actually went to Berlin last time, I think I got departure time like half an hour off, something like that. Completely through times. But generally not too bad, especially now in the summer. Times kind of set, especially on domestic flights. Therefore, not crossing any time zones, for it'll be a little bit easy to manage that. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, clouds looking very, very good today. Very blue as well, I must admit. Definitely see the wind flex in action there. Already a battering, but the aircraft's definitely getting some effects from that, and well, there you go. How's that for some weather effects? That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. I'm flying in this. Now, I can probably say reality products are more disappointing than this. I'm loving the layering in the simulator. It really is something special. Don't know if it's time to see that sign just yet. Look at the clouds up ahead. Probably get a little bit bumpier before it smooths out again. But my word, is this simulator beautiful. I'm in seats 23F, so I'm behind the wing, looking at this side. I'm so excited. This is a pre-recorded video. I need to do this a couple of days before I actually fly to get all the timings and all that stuff right. But I mean, this only makes me more excited for it. More excited to see what the real life flight would be like. Aviation, the career I'd have loved to have gotten into, but sadly can never afford it. But hey ho, I like my trains, and railways as well. Very good choice for me. So just about to pass through 18,000 feet right now, flight level 180. We'll also have a look at and do some replays for the landing too. Interesting what the weather will be like. If I look at the well, we have printed out with me. So in terms of the meter at Glasgow, so the variable winds at 3 knots, so calmer winds, better visibility. No clouds reported actually. So apparently in Glasgow right now it's clear skies and sunny. Why not inside that in real life right now? Yeah, jeez, okay. Yeah, the weather right now is clear skies and sunny. Guess cloudy later on. Look at the forecast for Monday and Tuesday. It does appear to be cloudy with some light rain showers, but actually gets sunny towards the afternoon. Interesting. And look at Tuesday. Clear nights, sunny morning, cloudy towards the afternoon, and then by the time I depart at about 3 o'clock or so, yeah, mostly cloudy, but again, not raining. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So I'm actually going to have better weather in Glasgow than I would have done in London. Just to our right, it's not visible because of the clouds, but we have got London Luton Airport just down below the clouds right now. So passing through Luton, got Leighton Buzzard on our left-hand side, and very shortly going to be passing through Milton Keynes. We're now about to hit the upper layer of the clouds. I could turn the weather radar on if I needed to see what the system would be like, but I can imagine it's not going to be super useful in terms of being where the visibility is. You kind of see it, so yeah, it's kind of clear, 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 hit the orange layer, and then clear again, hit the green as we head out the far side. So, okay, fair enough. We may get some remnants of clear skies today. Hopefully you have no more of those random power cuts we had earlier on. I'm not sure, I turned the AP... Well, I turned the ground power unit on, that was all fine. Aircraft sets up alright, and then all of a sudden, it's like, bing! Screen flashes. We didn't lose any powers, didn't lose any systems or anything, but it's just, you know, that little peculiar bit where, something just... Well, yeah, it just pinged a bit there. Shouldn't have done that. So like I say, I probably departed a little bit early compared to real life. If it's hitting 5 past now, now's our departure time, not not what we're doing right now. So okay, fair enough. Flight sim, a little bit ahead of schedule. But hey, what's wrong with a couple of minutes, eh? Might put a little bit more brightness on the displays too, just for the sake of get a bit more clarity out of those. Perfect. So we are now in the upper layer of clouds. In terms of our trip today, if I look at the flight plan up ahead, we so currently flying over Northampton, and fly over Leicester, fly over Derby, at Tango from Tango, make a slight right hand turn to avoid Manchester, to east of Manchester, fly over Settle, head over Carlisle, from Carlisle, kind of avoid all the cities, over the hills and greenery of Scotland, before making the approach into Glasgow. Expected runway 05 at the moment. Based on the weather right now, probably going to be the runway stick with 05. And then see what departure brings us as well. And apart from that, so far, so good. There's an RJ 70 currently at Luton. Going to Lake Castellet on the IVAO whereby. Which just passed through 29,000 feet, flight level 290. We're now getting to the top layer of clouds, so very shortly we'll be able to kill the seatbelt sign and give passengers freedoms back for the 30 or so minutes of cruise we have today. In a couple of minutes we'll start going to the tablets up. Well, might as well do that now, I guess, just for the sake of it. So go to performance. We need to intercept the runway at, so get charts up for Glasgow. There we go. Right, Echo Golf Papa Foxtrots. Go to approach charts. Yes, approach charts 05. So we're intercepting glide slope at 2,400. It looks. Yeah, 2,400. From a rate of 38,000. So 112 miles for descent, start of descent, that's fine. 112, that's, well, we've got 236 to go, so that's basically halfway between here and there. This is our cruising altitude. And drop that back down again. I've just got a seatbelt sign. So we can give so we can give passengers any sort of freedom in the cabin. It's a short flight this, but I don't think it'd be that short. 57 minutes on the expected arrival. We're going to do it even quicker than that. I mean, when I flew to Inverness back in March of last year, that was... How long was that flight? It wasn't a very long one. Maybe, yeah, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. You don't get many really long flights in the UK. Unless you're flying to, I guess, the extremity. So, say you're flying from, what is it? Down in the southeast. Sorry, southwest. What is it? It's not Penzance. There's an airport down here that serves Cornwall. I've just forgotten the name of it because, you know. Newquay, that's it. So fly from Newquay all the way to well, I guess Inverness really is the furthest north from the mainland. I mean, you can probably get a few up to the Shetland, Orkney Islands. Faroe Islands, they're Norwegian, so they don't count as domestic. Yeah, there's a bit of a mix. There is a bit of a mix you can get. Oh, grab a quick screenshot of that. Sorry, just caught my interest on the map there. So I'm flying from Rzeszów to Miami, flying ahead Glasgow. Got family that live not too far away from there. Well, coming up, well, 35,500, nearly at cruise. The cloud outside has definitely settled now. Okay, not bad looking that, is it? Nice and flats, nice and simple. Loving the reflection wing as well. That is very pretty. Yeah, I've changed livery from the one I was using before. This is a livery put together by, I forget their name. Where is their name? Comes in two variants. You've got a clean variant and a dirty variant. I'm using the clean one right now. I've gone and forgotten the guy's name put the liveries together. Let's have a look. See, gain, Microsoft Flight Sim, Community. Operator Land 468. Operator Land 468. It's got a couple of liveries, but British Airways ones are very, very good indeed. And yeah, his reflection maps as well. Spotless. I mean, the quality of liveries in Microsoft Flight Sim, since it first released to now, 6 months or so, absolutely, tremendously have improved. And these aircraft are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. It really shows how the quality of flight sim has really improved in this last year or so. No sim has looked this good before. It's going to be a long time until flight sim looks this good again. It's going to be a long time indeed. Right, we're at cruise now, so we might as well plug in our arrival information in because it's that short of a flight. So we'll do the ILS for 05, or potentially, if, well, it shows clear skies, but depending on the weather, we may end up going for the Auto Lands Cat 3, which I think they're always capable of. Maybe not, Cat 1, Cat 2, it's not Cat 3 capable. Okay, so we're going to have to main land it regardless. And this is on the Rebel 1 Golf arrival, Rebel 1 Golf. No vias, insert that. And then have a look at the flight plan, realise that it's a complete mess, and then have to fan flight in anyway. It doesn't look too bad at the moment, doesn't look too bad yet. Where's the catch? There's the catch, we'll fly the airport. So from Lanark, we'll probably just fly direct to, well, that one. Is that 103 India uniform? That one we'll fly to, and from there, Charlie 05, Foxtrot India 05, and then into the runway. So, small amount of adjustment for us to make, but apart from that, it's a pretty straightforward approach today. Like I say, worst case scenario, if it's particularly bad, we can just vex ourselves around it.
Starting our FlightControlReplay. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look at your feedback for a list of complimentary drinks.
Right, getting the cabin crew service down the back.
If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
Maybe going to cross paths with a Aer Lingus A320 from Munich to Dublin right now. They're cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet. Of course they are. Let's have a look at the... Oh yeah, there you go. Spot on the map there. They're about 11 miles in front. Dead ahead. Don't spot them yet. They're probably just slightly out of range of visibility, but they have crossed paths with us. I even showed the TCAS screen on IVAO. There you go, +1, 100 feet above us. Dead ahead. In fact, it's getting closer to us. Interesting. It's the angles. Look at the angles. You can kind of see how we're flying right where they're flying. We're not gonna collide, but we'll definitely potentially spot each other from the air. Apart from that, everything else is going swimmingly. Minor turbulence. Might as well kill the anti-ice, just no longer require it, just its altitude. And prepare ourselves for landing in less than 15 minutes or so. According to IVAO, we're supposed to arrive in around 20 minutes, which again just shows you how short the flight really is. And flight from Heathrow as well doesn't make my life a bit easy in terms of getting to the airports. And Heathrow for me is no more than a simple bus journey away. I'm going to Stansted. Stansted requires a car or train. Luton, car or train. Gatwick, car or train. London City, that's underground and DLR. But Heathrow Airport, it's a bus trip. Maybe 30 minutes or so, something like that. Very, very easy to get to. It's passing 10 o'clock as well. There's no real need for me to wake up early. Currently on my days off work, of which I'm going to the Lido to do train driving there, so it's going to be a good weekend this, a very, very good weekend up ahead. My shift pattern is 7 days on, 2 days off, 7 days on, 5 days off. The 7 days on can be long, but you get used to them. You do get used to them as the time goes on. There you go, snacks and drinks have been served in the cabin right now. Technically, that's done before the flight even begins now in British Airways, unless they've changed the rules since I last flew BA. Basically, as you're boarding the flight, you're given two things. You're given a pack of hand wipes and alcohol gel to clean the surface down with, and then you're also given a second bag, which includes salt and fluids, a pack of ready salted crisps, cheese and onion flavoured pretzels, a bottle of water. And I think that was about it, yeah, it was 3 items, crisps, pretzels and water, which was appreciated, can't lie. And honestly, if airlines did that more often, I'd dig that, I'd dig that. You board your flights, you get your complimentary water, pack of pretzels, because you know, you're flying, pretzels. It is good, it is good. And like I say, I'm so happy to be back in the air. Because originally the weekend that just went, well, that's what I was hoping to go to Channel Islands for. But the Channel Islands were a bit complicated for me because, well, when I first booked it, I didn't realise that the rules didn't change till the 1st of July. Because technically the Bailiwick, while it's... Oh, sorry, the Bailiwick of Alderney, got to get that right. Sorry, Guernsey, Bailiwick of Guernsey. Guernsey, Alderney is the Bailiwick, you've got Jersey, and you've got Common Travel Area. So the Bailiwick of Guernsey, they got their own separate rules, and they didn't change till the 1st of July. So I booked it then for the 9th of July, but as of 2 weeks ago, they changed the rules again. So now you need, if you're going to Channel Islands, you need to have both jabs or quarantine on arrival. So I've got my first jab booked for Wednesday. I have my second jab in August, and then potentially in August I'll try to get down there again, so we'll see how it goes. This was my original date for the year in Channel Islands. Never happened, and so I'm not going to sit here with my craving to go on a trip again just to let it all pass. So we're going to Glasgow instead. Got a friend, well, guy who I work with from Glasgow as well, so I asked for a few tips of where to go, where to stay and that. He recommended the Alexander Thompson Hotel, so staying there. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So as we now hit the, well, the latter stages of this flight, it's about now, we start thinking about descents. We'll let the cabin crew finish their drinks and snacks service, because, you know, we'll let passengers have their meals on board, and then it's time for us to leave descent, well, leave cruising altitude. 152 miles to go, 112 on top descent, so 40 miles, set up everything up apart from our performance. If we over to the next page, QNH is 10199, there we go. Temperature right now is 17 centigrade, 2.6, it's going to be very humid there. Magnitude of winds, currently variable, so we'll say 050 at 3. Resisting altitude is going to be 6,000. And our barometer minimum's going to be set to, let's just category, we'll go Cat 1, well, visibility, yes, there's no clouds visibility, so okay, fair enough, go for clear skies then, Cat 1, Class C aircrafts, ooh, interesting, there's two different approach, angles of approach, we'll go for the, we'll go for 190 then. 190. That goes in there. The flaps, full landing. Approaches all sets. 30 miles to descent. In fact, it's already started its descent already, has it? I'm going to set over to the 100. Set altitude 2,400. Set altitude 2,400. You're not going to like that? Come on. Set altitude 2400. Fair enough, do it ourselves then. Thank you, co-pilots. Incredibly useful. Set altitude 2,000. So we'll do that to 2,000, and then we'll do 400 ourselves. There you go. Better than scrolling down to 2,000 all the way on our own. Alright, top of descents. So the aircraft will now pitch down to around 3 degrees. You can see that it's going to try to balance its speed, balance its descent rates based on its required descent. So that's all fine. Also quickly announced on Unicom that we are descending. Also looking at our arrived information. So Rebel 1 Golf. Why are you doing that? Very annoying. Right, so Unicom, set the arrival up for the Rebel 1 Golf, runway 05. Inbound from the south. Approaching on the ILS. Right, so top of descent. Now leaving 380. Now, it's kind of an idea of what we're going to be looking at on the approach. Lots of high altitude cloud, of course. Although hopefully the weather and clouding will be quite similar to what we had on the departure, where we had the high altitude cloud, but then it kind of breaks into the there you go, breaks into the low altitude cloud, which looks a lot clearer than what we're facing at London. You can actually see the ground from here, so yeah, it's already looking so much better than what we faced on departure initially. Passing now through 30,000 feet. Well, a descent rate of around 3,000 feet per minute, so relatively steep, but it does the job for us. Perfect. So managing our descent, 27,500. That to our left, that's going to be well, that's going to be towards Siloth and Gretna. And we're still not even past Carlisle yet. Carlisle is somewhere down there. Kind of that towny bit underneath the clouds. In terms of our distance, actually, we're really not that far ahead. Going to fly over. There you go. There's Carlisle. Going to fly over Lockerbie as well. Quite a famous little village, unfortunately, for quite the wrong reasons. There's the Aer Lingus was bossing for earlier. They're now descending for Dublin. Well, they seem a bit high though, I must admit. They've potentially missed their top of descents. Whoops. About 1,500 feet, or then switch off the seatbelt signs. Sorry, switch on seatbelt signs. We'll send passengers back to their seats, and then we'll get themselves prepared for the arrival. We're supposed to arrive at 37 minutes. I can tell you now, that's well ahead of schedule. The arrival time we got set, or these books at the moment, is 11:35. To pass at 10:05, we arrive at 11:35. Good luck right now. It's going to be so 10:27. So that'd be 11:27, perhaps. Sorry, 10:27. So 09 that plus 1 10:27. Gosh, we really are well ahead of schedule. There's also a way you can switch between. I guess that's the dates. That's the time. I'm sure there's a way you can switch between UTC and local time as well. There you go, there's some of that Scottish land we all know about. We all know and love. The English especially love. Made a whole union out of it. And of course, can't forget those styrofoam Scots you have in America. If you don't know what a styrofoam Scot is, then well, have a Google. It's a wild, wild ride, that. Right, seatbelt signs on. Let's prepare ourselves for the arrival into Glasgow now. So seatbelt signs on, continue our approach. In a couple of moments, we'll make a left-hand turn towards that 103 in the uniform points. We might even skip Lanark entirely and do it from the VAPI waypoints. I find it a bit easier for us to do. Looking at our flight plan, as expected on the approach into IVAO, that's fine. Straight approach, yeah, that's fine. We're in cruise for a total of how long? So we hit cruise at 13:19 Zulu. We descended at 13:30. So we're at cruise for a total of 11 minutes today. 11 minutes if we hit that top of descents. And I say 38,000 seems way too high for this short flight. But hey ho, that's what's in brief designated for us, and too fair to get the cloud layout. Probably made a bit of sense. 36,000 would have been right in the thick of that cloud. While it may not be quite clear skies as initially mentioned on the flight plan there, not flight plan, sorry, the weather reports, it's not far off it. Really ain't far off it. It's easy visibility for hands-on manual flying, that's not a problem. Speaking of which, if we get FlightControlReplay going, what happened there? That came on. Let's get FlightControlReplay going. Let's get ourselves ready to record the approach when we hit around 10,000. Should be good landing today. Should be a very good landing. And hopefully not do what I did a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually a bit more than that. A couple of months ago. When the A321 first released the tow lists from for X-Plane, I was flying to Glasgow. I kept saying, what was it? I kept saying Edinburgh. I kept saying Belfast on the frequency. Kind of just, I don't know why. I was getting it completely wrong. It's Belfast. Listen, I was saying Belfast while flying to Glasgow. It actually creates a bit of confusion. Whether I crossed the frequency there. That was kind of awkward. But hey ho. Yeah, the total A320 aircraft still easily some of the best you get on a flight sim. Very, very good quality aircraft, that's. So, we'll take that 103 in the uniform point now. And as soon as we hit that VAPI point, we'll make the left hand turn. Make ourselves into there. Also, while we're here, let's activate the approach phase. And start slowing the airplane down for this final bit of flights. There you go, 103 in the uniform. Aircraft will slow.
We have begun our final descent into Glasgow. Flight attendants will be passengers and cabin
And also,
crash one final time. Please ensure to
yeah, so level off at around 11,000, drop below 250, and then continue descent down.
either the back pocket or under the seat.
Prefer it to continue descent. In fact, I can do, just by using spoilers. Now that'll help with the slow down drastically and increase the rate of descents. Alright, insert the waypoints. Landing lights on.
Landing lights on.
So continue descent now from 11,000. I'll probably go straight onto the flaps now. Flaps to position 1.
Flaps to 1.
Hopefully the aircraft knows it needs to continue to descend now, because we're getting relatively close to the airports. We need to intercept at 2,400. Worst case, we'll just descend manually, I guess. Anti-ice on. Let's get the anti-ice running just to ensure the aircraft doesn't freeze over on this final stage of approach. Flaps in the 1 position, that's fine. Down to 9,000, below 250 knots. Relatively steep descent, 2,200. Probably slow it down in a couple of moments in low enough. But at this stage, our main focus is now just to descend, slow down, and prepare ourselves for landing in less than, well, 10 minutes or so now. Coming in early, we'll probably just get the 8th autopilots to announce that we're ahead of schedule as well. So, ahead of schedule by approximately, I won't say 20, we'll say 10 minutes. We probably are about 20 minutes ahead of schedule right now, but better to stay on the safe side and not overestimate where we are right now. Bring on center rates at about 1,800. Use spiders again, slow down. Never climbed, we knocked the throttle there. Whoops. Did we? Surely not. That's awkward. Okay, well, fair enough. Okay, be more careful, I guess, with that. Now back into the climb position. And the speed is just going, no, it's the aircrafts. I can knock it at however many knots. Oh, it's the auto throttle. Auto throttle's got knocked, apparently. Okay, well, how much that's set again? Did I knock that by accident? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Spoilers are out still, so continue the managed speed of our approach. I'll double check the footage of that later. I might have actually knocked that. Interesting. Some very pretty terrain down below. Clear skies 2 that match it. Clear skies 2 that are very appreciative of this approach. Well, the aircraft maintain its descent rate again. We'll also set the altimeter to 1019. Start recording the replay. Got about 20 miles to intercept. Localizer set, land system set, land system set. 110.10 sets, that's perfect. In terms of altitude right now, pretty much bang on the required for this point. Alright, 20 miles an hour to go. 20 miles till touchdown. Try and keep an eye out for the airport, so it should be visible to us in the next couple of moments. Somewhere out to the right hand side. Glasgow itself is even further away from the airport. Also, there's no real train connection. I could get myself a bus down to nearby house town, nearby Paisley, and take a train from Paisley to Glasgow. But I'll likely just end up taking the bus instead. Ultimately, I've got a few days aside though, so we'll see how things change. Right. So I am keeping an eye on the Unicom. There's no aircraft in about at the moment, but as always, just keep an eye out on the Unicom. Communicate where required. We're a little below the glide slope as required, so probably end up just minimising the descent rate slightly. About 500 feet per minute at this point on. Keep flaps at 1. As you hit that 101 in the uniform point, sorry, 103 in the uniform point, we'll go to flap position 2. And walk on the rest of our slowdown as we hit the following waypoints. Still nice and early. Still nice and early. Got plenty of time. Plenty of time to manoeuvre around. Ooh, spoilers still out. Let me drop those back in again. While we're at it, as well actually arm them, and sets the brakes to low for the front way today.
2,500. 2,500.
But we're at 1,500. Temporary drop down to about 400 feet, and we'll go a little bit further. What I may do is we'll skip Charlie India 05, go straight to Foxtrot India 05, which is the inset to the glide slope down, as that final right hand turn, a slight angle in that isn't particularly, could be a bit neater that, so we'll probably go 103 in the uniform, about halfway down there, jump to Foxtrot India 05, and then walk the approach to that point on. So again, it's a slightly narrower, slightly shallower, more obtuse right hand turn, I guess that's the right word. More obtuse right hand turn. Because that's quite acute. That's quite a wide turn for the aircraft to make. Anti-ice off. I'll kill the anti-ice. That right there, that's the town of Stewarton. So it's still a little while to go, to be fair. Alright, we're on top of the airport just yet. Flaps to position 2.
Flaps 2.
So flaps 2 just helps again with the angle of the nose, keep it more level, and also slow the airplane down to its next stage. Our approach speed today is going to be so 124 approach, 119 landing. Rest looks fine to me. Alright, let's make a right hand turn now. Oops. Okay, if we can do that aeroplane, we'll do this a bit manually then. So 310. Interesting autopilot there. Not sure about our angle of attack and bank angle on that turn, but passenger didn't note anything wrong with that. 97% satisfaction still high. That seemed a little, you know, kind of almost overly violent, if you know what I mean, with that. Seemed a bit almost like it struggled that turn there. Well, there's only one more real major turn left for us to make. Set heading 340.
Of course.
Yeah, you say of course, and you're not going to do it. Right, 340. There we go to 330. See what I mean? It just kind of swoops these turns. Flaps position 3.
Flaps 3.
See if that can maybe help it out a little bit. Three, 3, 5. Now see the altitude slowly coming down our screen, so we're in the right position for that now. Runway, I've not actually spotted the runway yet. Try and keep an eye out. There you go. Is that the airport? Yes, airport's in sight, runway's in sight. So I've got the airport in view. Overhead's fine. .350. There you go. That's much more stable, that right hand turn. 350. That'll be our final heading now until we intercept the glide slope. After that, landing gear down, cabin check, flaps into position 4, and then touchdown. There you go. Localizer sets. Probably a little bit late on the localizer, but the aircraft will be able to maintain that. Gear will drop at about 7 miles. Approach mode sets. So the aircraft's maintaining both our heading and our altitude. There you go, glide slope is active, localizer is active, Cat 3 single, channel set. We're going to land this aircraft's visibility is absolutely perfect right now. There is no way we're going to be doing this on autopilot. Gear down. Cabin check. Cabin crew, seats for landing please, seats for landing. Flaps 4.
Cabin crew, seats for landing please, seats for landing.
You got the flaps on in the recording. Right, so we'll announce that we're on short final. At 1000, we'll disconnect the autopilots. When your aircraft is landed, gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, cabin secure, brakes set, spoilers armed. We have landing clearance. Pre-land checklist is complete. It's a very pretty approach, this. I mean, look at the world down below. It just shows the level of detail that Microsoft Flight Sim has. It truly is a special platform, this. The accuracy to real life really is second to none. And yeah, there are people out there who still say this is ugly, and that they prefer the looks of other flight sims. Like, how can you not like this? It's beautiful. 1000, stable approach. Autopilot off. Set altitude 4000.
On it.
Right, so if we need to go around, that's our go around misapproach altitude sets. Slight gusts from behind. We are flying into a bit of a tailwind at the moment rather than a headwind. I can imagine real life using the other side of the runway. But hey ho, you never know, things can always change. Tiny bit below the glide slope, but again, nothing we can't adjust. Got ourselves recentered from the winds there, that's perfect.
400. 100 above.
100 above.
200. Minimum
Minimums, we continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Idle throttle.
5.
Bit of a heavy touchdown, but reverse thrust sets. 212. Could be worse. Could be worse. 100 knots. 80 knots. Versus cuts. Slow the airplane down. Make an exit. Still right inside. Should be short taxi to gates today. It's not particularly long taxi here at Glasgow.
The local time is
I'm hoping we actually exit this side. This is like oh yeah, we can do. Make a right and then kind of go down the back way of the airport. Fair enough.
Seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin.
Spiders up.
Items may have
Flaps
been
up.
during the flight. If this is your final destination,
Landing lights
thank you for
off.
flying with us. If you're making a connection, we
Taxi
will
lights
check
on.
your itinerary to ensure a
Taxi
smooth
lights
continuation
on.
of your journey.
Right, perfect. Also, start the APU. Make a right hand turn. And over to the gates. Good flight that. I thought I'd put those down. Good flight that. Pretty good little landing as well. Very much enjoyed that. Gonna have to consider frame rate again, because sometimes the frame rate, there are moments where it just gets a bit choppy. It's definitely down to scenery loading, especially if you've got modded airports, modded scenery, that kind of stuff, then it does get a little bit heavier. But it'd be definitely worthwhile just kind of check my settings again, make sure everything's as smooth as it can be. Hopefully the return flight back to London also going out pretty well as well. Very bumpy taxiway this, I must admit. So we're going to go down to the domestic side of the airports. Make a left hand turn in this bit. And it looks like that the standing on the right has all the ground surfaces for us. The answer is yes, I think. Yes, that'll be our stand of arrival today. You can see you've got people on the ground there. We should have the person with the wands as well. And they're clearing the area. Perfect, stands 27. Oops, a little bit slow there. There we go. Slow down, slow down, slow down. And halts. Parking brakes sets. And engines cuts. Thank you very much. APU is available. APU set. Let the thing do its thing. Okay, 54 minutes that. Not a long flight at all. Otherwise, yeah, there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glasgow. The local time right now is approximately 53 minutes past 10, with temperature outside being quite bright and sunny at a warm 17 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying British Airways, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check please. There you go, so we'll do the park conditions in the cabin. We'll bring the jetway over to the aircrafts. We'll secure the required lights. So, taxi lights off, beacon lights off. Make sure that the transponder also sets to standby. There you go, that's much better. Jet bridge now connected. What did I say? Runway turn off lights are they? There you go. Turn that off. So connected to jet bridge. Let's now X-flight deboarding. Let's have everyone leave the aircrafts. So there they all go. Slow disembark. We go back to the aircraft quickly. We'll activate the external power. Turn off the APU. There we go, right, so, that's all done, rear gates, aircraft is secure, flight now complete. We will disconnect from IVAO, we will close that, we'll stop recording the replay, make sure Volanta stops recording, and that's how ends the flight on PACX. So, that's flight BA1476, A320 from London to Glasgow. 54-minute flight time, departure time, the plan was at 10 past 1, we departed at 13:02, so actually... hang on, if that may be on real time, okay, fair enough, ignore the time there. Ignore the times, that's based on real time that I'm doing this, not PACX time. But it's 54-minute flight time, with relatively similar clock. 152 passengers, satisfaction 96%, landing rate 213, flight time 1 hour and 6 minutes. Slightly ahead schedule, and then pretty standard stuff from the cabin. Don't think I'll be able to drop the front chat today because I am currently, well, away from my computer and currently in Scotland at the moment, so sorry, no flight reports on that. Otherwise, well, I guess the only thing left for us to do now is to look at the replay. Is there anything else that's going on? The answer is no, there's not. So, set up the replay and let's have a look at the approach from the passenger point of view. So, quickly stick us on the ground, do all the ground stuff as required, stick ourselves on short final. Oh, whoops, overheads, kill the GWS. Come on, flat mode as well. There we go. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So, coming in from the outskirts, approach from the west of the airport. And so I'll be sitting on the right hand side of the aircraft, let's say I'm in row F of the aircraft. So, presumably we'll land at runway 05, so there's a good chance we're probably going to come from, I think it's 27 the other side. No, it won't be, it'll be 24. Yeah, kind of what I'll be seeing for the approach one behind the wing, not in front of it. Pretty standard approach, minor adjustments for the sake of the winds and gusting. I mean, we did flare for the touchdown, but as I say, it was probably a bit heavier than what I normally go for. Spot the railway line just down the right. Got like a freight yard or something as well, maybe a train depot alongside it. I mean, Glasgow Airport itself is still relatively new. It's built in the 1960s and replaced Glasgow Prestwick as the main airports that airlines operate to. Glasgow International now being the main airport that serves the city. Scotland's second city, Edinburgh of course being the capital. There we go, over the airport. And there's your touchdown. Flaps up. You can hear the reversers. Don't think the animation quite kicked in. Fair enough. There we go. Relatively stable landing. That's interesting, kind of how the touchdown appeared from the outside point of view. We'll go back to the short final, so I go over the town. Yeah, the flaps didn't quite come out as either. We didn't do that. Yeah, so short approach over the town. Yeah, so it's FlightControlReplay. It's a decent little tool, not perfect. It does the job. It does the job. Although, speaking of which, we are going to have proper default replay soon in Microsoft Flight Sim. They announced it about a week ago now, that they've completed the proper replay. Now it's a case of getting the UI side of things right. So there's touchdown. Couple of BizJets parked down on the left hand side. Apart from that, not a bad little landing, that. Not bad at all. Let's have a look at some external landings now. First of all, tail view. I think we can't ever get away with tail view, can we? Very most standard landing view you can get. There we go. There you go. Right, so short final then. Small adjustments. And what I like about the tail view actually is that it's kind of more of a fisheye lens. It's a wide angle, so you can see both wings in the same scene. Negative side, it doesn't make the approach a lot faster than it actually was in real life, but you do get quite a bit of a scope for the approach. So again, small crosswinds kind of blowing the aircraft around. Pilot command slowly adjusts that to keep it steady. And there you go, nice and steady for the short final. And there we go. Over the runway. And touchdown. Right in the markers. Right in the money there. You can just see Glasgow itself. Right in the distance over there. A little while away. It's about 20 minutes or so by bus, train or taxi. There you go. Very, very good landing. Definitely enjoyed that one. Definitely enjoyed that one. Let's go for a few more different views. Let's go for like this kind of view, so just above the wing, behind the aircrafts. Good chance to see the rear landing gear in action too. Just kind of see the exact moment they touch down. Because it looks like it's bang on the money there, but I just kind of confirm that, make sure that it is right in the white markers. Interesting. I'm not sure again. I'm sure it's just a FlightControlReplay thing, or if that's how the landing actually went. That was a pretty nose down touchdown there. Interesting. So yeah, we're flaring. All of a sudden, FCR decides, nope, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing a 3-point wheel landing that. Yeah, I think FC. It's one thing I wouldn't mind seeing like kind of updated in FlightControlReplay. Just kind of short final touchdown bit, where it kind of looks like it just drops it all. Just a bit too soon, just a bit too soon. Apart from that, the rest of it seems alright. Hey ho, there you go. Welcome to Glasgow. And yeah, I think that pretty much brings us also to the end of this premiere too. So I'm flying back again on Tuesday, so tomorrow back in London. It's about 3 or so o'clock departure as well, so not super late in the day either. Apart from that, thank you guys to watch. If you did enjoy, do subscribe, do like it as well, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again in the very near future. Now, if you need me, I've got myself over to the bus station now. Figure out my way to get myself into the World City Centre itself. Looking at the hills and the mountains in the background, it's going to be a very scenic trip into the city centre as well, won't it? Go away, go away. Right, take care. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.